Hi, my name is Ram, and welcome to this series where we build real-world application with React and Node.js live coding style. In this session, we're going to implement user email confirmation. So we're going to send email and we're going to confirm this email on the account. Before we begin, I want to thank you all for your comments, for your discussions, likes, emails that you send me. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Also, if you're a patron and you haven't received yet the invitation link to the community, I sent them. Maybe check your spam folder, or if you do not have it, contact me and I'll send it again. I also got the same question from several people about the deployment, how to deploy this application. So we're going to do that in future episodes. First, I had a plan that we implement several features and then we have the deployment, but now I'm thinking about when we finish with the user stuff, these three features that we have in a GitHub right now, when we finish with that, we'll deploy it to the server and you will see how it can be done. One of the way how it can be done, we will deploy to the DigitalOcean. It will be just a quick walkthrough. If you want to learn more about it, pretty soon, I'm not sure when, I'll publish my premium course about React, dedicated to React solely without Redux. And one of the things that is going to be there is deployment of the application. So if you want to learn more about deployment, stay tuned. Okay, so this is out of the way. Let's get down to it. But first, I noticed a bug in application. So if we go back here, I'm going to log out. And I'm gonna sign up as test user, and everything works fine. But if I reload the page, it will be gone. I will be redirected back to the localhost, and that happens because in application here you can see that in local storage we do not have the JSON Web Token for this app. So when I reload the page, I'm redirected. I'm not logged in anymore. So this is the problem because I forgot. If we go to user actions, right here, it's not enough just to dispatch user logged in action. We also need to have the local storage, how we call it, bookworm jot equals user.token. So in this case, we also populate local storage with JSON Web Token, and that will fix the problem. Okay, so now let's implement this confirmation stuff. So first of all, let's go to the backend code first, and here let's open user model. So inside of this model, we'll add another field that I call confirmation token. That's going to be type of string, and default is going to be empty string. So now when user signs up, we want to generate this confirmation token and save it in the database. So for that, let's define another function, and we call it, instead of set password, we'll call it set confirmation token. It doesn't take anything, and here we'll have confirmation token, and it will equal to this generate JSON Web Token. So we're going to reuse the same method to generate token. We'll save it. It doesn't matter what kind of token you generate in this particular case, but as we generate JSON Web Token, why not to reuse it then? Okay, so now let's go to routes user, and here we set password on the user model, and now we also set confirmation token. After that, when we save it, we'll have user with confirmation token. Okay, so now we need to send email with the link that includes this confirmation token. So let's do this. Here we'll add send confirmation email, and we pass user record to this function. So this function is going to send email. Okay, so now we need to import this function, send confirmation email, and we're gonna store all the emails just in one file. We call it mailer. In this application is very small. There may be at most 5 types of emails will be here, so there is no need to create some kind of architecture for our email stuff. Just one file will do it for now. So we'll have mailer.js, and inside of here we'll use node mailer to send emails. So let's have a look. So here is NodeMailer, and you can browse through documentation about it and what kind of email we're going to use. So for this kind of purposes, I use excellent mailtrap.io service. So when you register, you'll get the empty inbox and credentials to send emails here. So in this way, you do not need to create this actual real world email accounts. You just create one. You just register here in Mailtrap and send mails here. So here's the credentials that we're going to use, and I will reset them after I record this episode, so don't worry about hacking my account. Also here in integrations, you can select the NodeMailer and it will say, it will show you the configuration option. So I'm gonna just copy it. So let's go to terminal, and in server, I'm gonna yarn add NodeMailer. So now in the code here, I will define function. I will call it setup. And here I'm gonna return the result of this configuration. So now I can use it in my emails. So first I need to import a NodeMailer from NodeMailer. Also, let's define another constant from, and that's going to be bookworm and email info bookworm.com, for example. Okay, so now we can export function send confirmation email. We take user, and first of all we're going to have the transport set up. So this way we set up transport, and now we define the email itself, email object. So we have from, we have to, which is user email, we have subject, welcome to bookworm, and we'll have text and HTML body for our email. So again, in this application, they are going to be very simple. So we're going to just use the text emails. But if you have something more complex, you should go with email templates. So here we'll just have this, welcome to bookworm. Please confirm your email. And here we're going to use user generate confirmation URL. And after that, we'll just have transport, send mail, and pass this email object. Also, as a second parameter, you can have the callback function where you can handle errors. For now, we'll just ignore it, and we'll see how to handle these errors later in the series. Okay, so that's it. We have mailer. What's going on here? Should be listed in the dependencies. Oh, NodeMailer. So now we have the email sending, but we need to have this generate confirmation URL. So let's go to our model, and here schema, methods, and define this function, generate confirm URL. And that's going to be very simple. We just return, first of all, HTTP localhost. So we'll return host, which we're going to store in environment variables. So we'll have env host. Then after that, we have confirmation, and then token itself, this confirmation token. Okay, so now we need to go to env and define this host. I've already done it. I have the host here with localhost 3000. And also I populated email host, email port, user, and password with the credentials that are supplied me, that Mailtrap gave me. So now in Mailer, I can use them as well. Instead of here using hard-coded host, I will have process.env email host. I'm just gonna copy it. Here I have port. Here I have the user, and here I have password. Okay, like this. And that should do it. Let's have a look. So let's go back here. I'm gonna just remove the user that I created. So there is a MongoDB Compass software, the GUI for MongoDB. It's pretty cool, so check it out. So I'm gonna remove this test user from here. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna sign up as a test user. So sign up. It works. Let's go to demo inbox, and you can see here we have welcome to Bookworm that was sent to test@test.com. And here you can see the details that it was sent from Bookworm email address. That's nice, right? So we have just the text, but if we had this HTML, we would see how it looks in HTML as well. Oh yeah, that's a silly bug. So here, what I did, I forgot braces here to invoke the function. So let's try it again. I'm gonna delete this user from here, and I'm gonna sign up again. And here we have our link to the confirmation page. Great. So now we need to implement it. So let's go to the React code. And here, let's go to app.js file where we have routes and define a new route. This one is going to be confirmation, and then we'll have token. So here we'll have a confirmation page. So let's import it from here, confirmation page. Now let's create one, confirmation page.js. That's going to be class component. And here we'll have the state, pretty silly state. We'll have the load-in that is set to true by default, and then success, which is set to false by default. And that means that when we mount this component, we immediately want to show the spinner or something like that it is loading. And then when the loading is complete, we have the response, and we render another message. So here, depending on what we have, so for example, when we have loading, we display message. Let's add icon to it. And inside of this message, we'll have icon with name, circle, notched, with loading state. So there's going to be just the icon that spins. And then here in message.header, we'll have validating your email. Okay, so this is one message. And we need, of course, to import message and icon from semantic UI React. So the second one is going to be, it's not loading, and it's successful. So then we have message a little bit different. So I'm going to copy it, paste it here. And here we'll have the message success with icon, let's say check mark. Loading, I will remove loading from here. And the message will be, thank you, your account has been verified. And let's add, enclose it into message.content here. And here let's provide a link to dashboard, just so the user can navigate away from this page. So go to the do your dashboard. So now we need to import this link from React Router, link from React Router DOM, and we using loading and success. So let's deconstruct here, loading, success from state. Okay, so this is our rendering, but what is our behavior? So we need to change this loading and success stuff. So when this component mounts, we do component did mount. And in this case, we dispatch thunk action, we call it confirm. and we pass the token that was passed via route. So we'll use this props match params token. So if it's okay, then we'll just this dot set state, and we set that load in false and success true. Otherwise, if we have some kind of error, we'll just set state to load in true, load in false, and success false as well. So now, as you can see, we need to define this in prop types. So let's go here and prop types define, and we define confirm as function. We define match as shape. Inside of it, we'll have params also as shape, and inside of it, we'll have token, which is string. Okay. So now we need also to provide this confirm, and this confirm is the action. So let's import it from confirm from actions auth, and now we need to connect it. So we need to import connect. Aha! I promised you that I will create snippets for the connect, and look at that, I did it. So here, bam! How cool is that? So in map state to props, we do not need to do anything, but here we'll pass the confirm. And also I need to add prop types as well. So now let's go to auth, and here let's define another thunk action that we call confirm. It takes token, and then we make an API request user confirm, and we pass token to it, and if everything's okay, we have user back, and basically we just do the same thing when we log in. So we refresh a JSON web token and we dispatch user logged in. So now we need to go to API and define this confirm. So we have token, we have access, post, let's say to API auth confirmation. And we pass token to it. If everything's okay, we respond with, we get user data from it. So now we need to go to the backend. We go to the backend code and we go to routes user. And here we need to define route post to confirmation request response. So first of all, let's have token, get token from a request body token. And now we need to find and update user record. So for that, we use find one and update function from Mongoose. It takes up to 3 parameters. So the first parameter is the condition, how we search for the record. So in this case, we search by confirmation token. The second parameter is the thing that we want to update. So on the found record, we want to change confirmation token to empty string and confirmed to true. And the third parameter is going to be options, and we pass one option true. So this option determines what kind of user record we get in then here. So if you do not specify it to true, then we'll have the user record that is found before it was updated. But when you have new true, you have the updated version of this record. So go figure. So here we have user, and if we have user, if user is found and it is updated, then we want to respond JSON with user to auth JSON. Otherwise, we just want to respond with status 400 and empty objects in JSON. So that should work. Let's have a look. If we go to the browser now, let's copy this link and let's follow this link here. Validating your email, we have an error. API auth confirmation not found. Confirmation. Oh, I'm sorry. I included into users, not into auth. So I'm gonna cut it, auth, and paste it here. Oops. So let's try it again. Reload the page. Validating. Thank you, your account has been verified. Nice. If we have a problem. If we go to the dashboard, you can see that our nagging message is gone. But if we reload the page, it's back again. And that happens because in our what we do when we reload the page from the user perspective, user authentication perspective, let's have a look in here, in index, right here, we just have the token. We do not have confirmed here. So what we can do is we can include, there are two ways to solve this problem. You can include additional data into this JSON Web Token and decode it here on the client, or you can make a synchronous request when you load the when you start your application. You have this request to get the current user details. So let's try the first approach first. That's with the JSON Web Token and its decoding. So on the backend, on the user model here, where we generate JSON Web Token, we can just add confirmed, this confirmed. So this way we included this into the public payload of the JSON Web Token. So now on the client, we can use some kind of a decoder to decode this JSON Web Token. For that, I'm going to use, let's go to here, bookworm React. I'm going to yarn add jot decode package. So now here, I'm going to include it, import decode from jot decode. And now right here, we'll have the payload equals to decode, and we provide the local storage token. So now this payload is the object that contains email and confirmed. So let's include email here, payload email, and let's include confirmed, payload confirmed. So this way, when we reload the page, we decode the JSON Web Token and then dispatch user logged in with these details about the user. So now let's go to the browser. Let's go to Manga Compass here, and I'm going to copy this stuff. By the way, if we reload the page, we have bad request for some reason. Yeah, bad request. Weird. Or we're gonna look at it in a moment. So now I'm gonna take this token and I'm going to change it here, add it back, just to make this confirmation works. And now I reload the page. We have successfully verified our account. Go to dashboard, it works. Reload the page, and now we do not have this nagging message because we updated the JSON Web Token. But we have some problem with this thing here, so nothing happens. It should actually render error here. Let's have a look. I need to go to confirmation page, catch this state. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to add this this message. Wow, I was sure that I added it. So the third message is if not loading and not success, then we'll have another message. And we'll have it negative with icon, let's say, warning sign. Here we'll have something like, oops, invalid token, it seems. and we do not need to have this go to dashboard. So now if we go here and reload the page, oops, invalid token, because this user has already been verified. We do not need to verify it anymore. Great, so it works. So I've got a proposition for you. During these weekends, you can improve this stuff. So first of all, you can make this error message a little bit more smart. So here, instead of having this message, you can use message from the server, and server will determine what kind of message to render. So it could be invalid token, or it could be that user has already been verified. At least two scenarios that you can cover. Also, another thing is the bonus points for accomplishing it. You can add a link to the message, resend confirmation email. And when the user clicks on it, you have the spinner. And then when it's done, the message that the email has been sent. And the same email is sent to the user, and user can again try to confirm his account. Okay, so that's what you can do on the weekends. Also, if you're feeling brave and adventurous and you have free time, you can go to GitHub and go to user restores password. So first of all, this user signs up. We finished it. Yeah, we sent confirmation email. We even implemented the confirmation page, which is a good thing. So I can close this issue. And the last thing that we left here is user restores password. And we will do it, we will implement it next week, but you can try to do it by yourself this weekend and then compare your solution with my solution, and we can have a discussion or something like that. But basically what we have here is we have the forgot passwords, we have the form. When user submits the form, we have the email sent, or there is no such email or something like that. Then in an email, you have the link, the special link to reset password with JSON with expiration date. So this JSON web token should have the expiration date, for example, 1 hour. So then when the user follows, if, for example, token is not valid anymore because of the expiration date, we display this message and have the link back to the reset password. If everything's okay, we have another form, set new password, user sets password, hit the button, we send email that, hey, your password has been changed, and redirect to login page. So try it out by yourself if you're willing to do so or you have time. So this is it for this session. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends, just talk about it. I appreciate it very much. Leave your comments, your questions below. If you want to support me financially, go to my Patreon page. All the links are in the description below. Thank you very much for your time and have a great day.